The explosion of internet and mobile usage in China has created the need for something everybody talks about but few people think about: the cloud, and more specifically, computer server sites which host the clouds that China data companies rely on. The development of China's data centres doesn't seem to be keeping up with demands placed on them, however, as Xu Chen has been finding out.
When most people think of data centers, the first picture that comes to mind are racks of machines blinking down vast hallways, just like in the movies. But did you ever think about the wires that hook all the servers together? There are literally hundreds of kilometers of wires hidden in the servers and the racks, and they are what hold the data centers together.
Companies like Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent use fiber cables to connect all their internet data centers. That takes the lion's share of the hardware investment in the infrastructure. The other part is the operational cost of maintaining the machines.
You might think the servers are the most expensive part of that, but in fact, over a 10-year period, only 10% of a data center's budget will go on equipment maintenance. The remaining 90% goes to electricity bills. A fully occupied rack of servers will consume 15 kilowatts of electricity per hour, and that puts out a lot of heat. Keeping everything cool then becomes crucial, as servers have to be kept at a temperature of between 18 and 27 degrees. The average power usage effectiveness, or PUE, of data centers in China is between 1.8 and 2.5, which means the total power cost of running the center is between 1.8 and 2.5 times the electricity cost of the servers themselves. Most of the extra goes into the cooling systems, and the internet companies are having problem keeping up.
The challenge to all of this is the power use and the cost to cool that room. In China, what we've typically seen is that the server, they're using fewer servers in a rack to address cooling efficiencies or inefficiencies. So typically what we see is 3 kilowatts, which is fairly low density, but the trend in the industry is towards higher density per rack, moving to 5 kilowatts, 7 kilowatts, and beyond.
There are experts in China who believe the average energy efficiency in Chinese data centers is well above the 2.5 claimed, and well above the industry average of 1.9 achieved in the US. One data center manufacturer told us anonymously that one of his clients, a Chinese financial service provider, spends 30 million yuan on electricity bills annually, and only 1/3 of that actually is for the electricity consumed by servers. Most of the rest goes to cooling costs. The problem is with the design of China's data centers. Since many companies' first data centers were built 10 to 15 years ago, their air conditioning is actually contaminated by heat from the servers. Separating the two air streams requires design improvements, but it can improve data center electricity efficiency by 30%. A change in location can also help. Some internet companies have chosen to build data centers in colder areas, such as Facebook's data center in Norway. Alibaba's Qingdao Lake data center in China's Zhejiang province uses lake water with an average year-round water temperature of 17 degrees to provide its cooling. That's brought that particular cloud's energy efficiency down to 1.3, which is probably a national record. Xu Chen, Money Talks.